Hello and welcome to this March 2025 Aries bonus reading for mid-March 2025. This is a reading for March Aries placements, for all Aries placements, and Aries identifying people, as I like to say. The astrology here is a tool to connect to the tarot cards deeper and to find deeper levels of interpretation. I'm not an astrologer. I just use the system of astrology as an additional tool to maybe find more answers and deeper insight. So I'm looking at the moon phases mostly, but I also have the planetary movements here on my screen next to me. So I will eventually maybe talk about it if it is important, but I will not, make predictions or anything. So let's see, Aries, what's going on for you. First part of the reading is always general energy. Second part of the reading is a relationship dynamic. So let's see. Ooh, talking about relationship dynamics, the Lovers card is coming out. It does not have to be about relationships with people. It can also be relationships with environments, projects, jobs, maybe places where we really feel we're seen, or we feel like there's something in a place that is for us, where we are mirrored also, and where we really trust that this is the right thing for us, the right person for us, the right environment for us, the right job for us. This card for me is very much about decision to trust. So it is a card that is somehow air-based, because it's a Gemini card. So we do have a process of thinking, of mental energy going on, of maybe analyzing, of finding out, of figuring out if this is the right thing for us. But it is also a conscious decision to choose to trust that this is the right environment, the right thing for us. Gemini energy, so maybe you're dealing with a Gemini. This is also a some sort of divine union. It represents a divine union that is really protected from the above, as you can see. So it is really coming into union with something outside of us, or somebody outside of us, that really completes us in a way, which is often, psychologically speaking, of course, a difficult concept, because we don't want to look outside of us to look for people or things that complete us. But it is something where we find ourselves in something that mirrors us. So it is a counterpart situation where we trust that we're in the right position. Oh wow, Sun card, that's a double Gemini. Sun card can also have Gemini indication. We have two trumps, which is two major arcana, which is a big deal. For you, of course, the sun is coming into your sign on the 20th, so that the sun is here makes a lot of sense. It is really also finding what's right for us through really showing our authentic, joyful, playful, open self. This is the sun. Really stepping into the fullness of life, the joy of life, the joy of creation. It is really a card about very innocent and shameless joy. That's really the essence of this card. As you can see, these two kids here who represent these divine masculine and feminine counterparts within us. So this is something that we see here again in an outer person. You can see these twins, these counterparts on this card as well. These two kids here on the bottom of the card. It's a very beautiful combination of cards, because what we find within us, we can now also mirror and look for outward. And that's a very healthy way of doing things. So we are not losing parts of ourselves in a situation. We are finding and seeing parts of ourselves in a situation or person. Seven of Swords. Well, okay. I don't know what's going on here and what's the weird turn. But with the Seven of Swords, maybe we get a little doubtful at the same time, because it feels like it's a lot. It could be with the Ten of Wands, could be a feeling of overwhelm or of being exhausted, or seeing exhaustion coming, or seeing that this could be a lot of work or a lot of energy that we have to put into something, a lot of action that we have to put into something, and we want to be careful to not let the doubt creep in, that we're like, oh, but I can't do this because that's the Seven of Swords. I can't do this because 100,000 reasons, or in this case, in this particular case, 6 reasons, these 6 swords that represent reasoning against a truth, and therefore also starting to destroy a truth. And we really want to be careful to not let that happen too intensely, because we don't want to sabotage ourselves. This could be self-sabotage, that we feel like, oh, this is the right thing for me, and then it feels too good to be true, or we just have programs from the past running that keep us from pulling away because it seems like too much. Or it seems like I want too much at the same time. That could also be a thing with the Ten of Wands. So what I'm seeing is that something could feel like it's too good to be true, so we don't want to accept it as the truth. And start sabotaging the thing, or start finding things that are not ideal about it, so we can kind of move forward with it, which is not necessarily the worst thing, you know. Maybe if you want to find the error in the thing, and if you need to find the error in something that's too good to be true, so you can move forward with it, you know, go ahead. But I don't think it's necessary. This Ten of Wands situation here is more of concern for me, thinking like that something could start to be too much, you know, and we want to invite, we have the Fool here, we want to invite the lightness and the joyful energy back in, because it's here, you know, with the Sun card. We start this month or this period of time with a lot of light energy, a lot of joyful light energy, and there is maybe a turn in having to connect to something outside of us that becomes maybe a burden to keep it up, to keep the good energy up or something. That's how it feels like for me. So I think this reading, what we really want to focus on here is to try to not let these self-sabotaging thoughts become too powerful. Yeah. Okay. Relationships. So this can be any relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, but it can be a romantic relationship. Yeah, it's a dynamic that we want to explore a little further and maybe find some answers through the cards. You find all the cards in the description box below. Of course, you find all the information about this channel. Please like, subscribe, comment. Don't forget to check out all the links that I put into the description box for readings and the card decks I'm using, and you know, all kinds of stuff. 6 of Wands in the reverse. Okay, that makes, I mean, maybe there is a feeling of failure with another person, or we have a connection in our life where we don't have the best attitude towards it, because it feels like it's the right thing, but maybe it's just not coming together in a way that we would want it to come together. We have Venus retrograde also in Aries, so it could be about love and romantic relationships, that we are revisiting old situations to understand them better. this other person. Four of Swords, I mean, this other person is kind of like a little withdrawn and needs maybe some alone time and held back, or they're holding themselves back in their thinking. They're also trying to not act, and I think it's a very conscious decision, because with the swords, especially the Four of Swords in other decks, it's also called a truce. So it's also about not going into a conflict or not going into a interaction that could be confrontative. It is more about waiting for the right time, about also mentally stabilizing and regaining stability, and also it's about resting. So it's really forcing yourself a little bit to rest. This other person might be forcing themselves to rest and to gather and organize their thoughts. In this deck, a beautiful, beautiful way of visualizing that. This deck is incredible. It's, you hardly ever see it here on YouTube. It is the Phantasmagoric Theater Tarot. You can check out the description box. You can purchase it on Amazon. It's really not, you know, sold out or anything. It's just, it's such a good deck. I want to just give you a little more of this. And the Six of Wands, as you can see here, is maybe us holding back our positive message or our giving, because we can see that somebody maybe might not be able to accept at this time, and maybe this is something that's causing doubt also, and attitude, because the Six of Wands is really an attitude problem, in a sense that we have a hard time to find a positive attitude towards something, or feel triumphant or positive towards a situation. Okay, two cards, I suppose that's what it is. Page of Swords and the Seven of Coins in the reverse. With the Page of Swords, I think it really is about understanding the other side better, and especially because it's coming out here on your side. I think it's really about understanding why a person is acting like that, and why a person is not moving. With the Seven of Coins in the reverse, it could be that the person is very critical towards themselves or towards a situation, and it is maybe also a decision that they made to not go into further interaction, you know. And I think if there is communication, then it should come from your side, and it should be a curious learning mentality, that we really want to make sure that we are open to information from this person, that we are open to understand better why this person is, because it's somewhat disconnected, and it feels like it doesn't have to do much with you as a person, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that you caused a it doesn't seem like that we caused a person to act a certain way. It's more like this person is acting that type of way because they're just that type of person, you know, and they would probably do the same thing with everybody. And it might have to do with them being very self-critical, and at the same time maybe a little impatient. It's a weird combination. It's with the Seven of Coins in the reverse and the Four of Swords, it's a very weird combination, because it's mentally they're held back, but it's also they're held back out of an assessment, a very critical assessment of what really is in the situation. What's the reality of the situation? And they're trying to really figure out their thoughts. So being curious, being open, being lighthearted in communication is probably the best way to go about this right now. And yeah, I think that's basically it. The King of Wands in the reverse. that is, of course, for Aries a little bit of a challenge, because we want to make sure that our communication is not ego-based, in a sense of I want to get something out of this right now, and that would be the King of Wands in the reverse. So make sure that this is not your intention, because it seems like this person is not gonna get rushed. It's not with Aries, that's a little difficult, because they kind of they want immediate reaction or result, and things to happen kind of their way, of course, but this person is not gonna have it. It's like not that type of person, it seems like, right now in March, in mid-March. So yeah, that's all I have for you right now. That's the energy reading. And I hope you come back next time. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, check out the March readings for the whole month. And what else? Oh yeah, put your name or email if you want more information, and if you want notifications that come to you for sure, and not YouTube notifications but real notifications, then you can sign up for my email newsletter, because then you get all the notifications. All right, so yeah, see you next time, and goodbye.